Canucks running out of time in the period. Daniel, Henrik. Back to Daniel. Bernier in front. The pass goes to Henrik. To the blue line. BX's one-timer. He fanned on it. And out to center comes Jay McClement with Alex Steen. McClement shorthanded. Blues had 10 shorthanded goals this season. Canucks will run out of time. Daniel knows it. He shoots and he just missed the net. As the second period comes to an end and the fans rise to their feet. They've seen a great hockey game and their team's ahead 1-0. Coming up after 40 minutes, John Davidson on Hockey Night in Canada. Matt Sundin has the goal.
Sedin takes it to the outside to his brother and bats it towards the outside. This is just a foot race there that you'd think on a power play, maybe a stop up and try to get the setup. Instead, Henrik went hard to the net. A great pass by Daniel, and like you said, just a marvelous save by Mason to keep it a one-goal game.
So back to 5-on-5. Matt Sundin, who scored his first goal in the last 15 games, is on the ice. He has given the Canucks the 1-0 lead. And he just won the faceoff. Edler's shot tipped by Dimitra. A set play to the slot. Mason steered that aside. And 39 hits in the game. Blues have had a few more than Vancouver. David Backes takes a shot. Luongo makes the save. And he smothers the puck. His team is good on faceoff, so he doesn't mind freezing the puck, even though Andy Murray said the referee should make him play it more.
Well, Luongo with the save at one end, Dimitra with another chance at the other. Faceoff so critical. There's just a little slap pass that we've seen so many times with the Sedins. Not a whole lot left on that one by the time it got to Chris Mason.
Scramble draw, but the Blues get the puck. Brad Boyes, Andy McDonald, David Backes on the ice. Ryan Kessler sweeps in front of Boyes and gets the puck and then gets it deep against Mike Weaver. Kessler gets to the puck first. Tried to leave it behind the net. Weaver comes in and gets it. His outlet to Andy McDonald. He's got Backes on his left, Boyes on his right. And he tries to slip by Salo and can't quite do it. Matt Sundin sporting a shiner from a puck in the face at practice yesterday. Heads off the ice and Mason Raymond forechecks. Chris Mason played the puck, cut off by Kyle Wellwood to Bernier. Shoots the rebound. Shot wide by Mason Raymond. He bumps in the corner with Weaver and gets the puck. Raymond. Wellwood spins away from Weaver, moves out front. Puck is loose and Raymond was right there and Mason keeps it out again. Here's Bernier holding the puck in for Vancouver. Threw it to the net. It's tipped wide of the goal.
And the Blues are standing still. The Vancouver Canucks are blitzing him, out-skating him, and outworking him. And very nearly added to their one-goal lead. Great play by Kyle Wellwood. The little spinorama out of the corner. Not known for his lightning speed, but it's those first couple of strides that'll create a little separation. Watch the nifty backhand move. Takes it hard to the net, and then the puck sitting right there for Mason Raymond. But once again, Jim, credit Mason was staying on the post. Look at, he stuck with it, and although his body was flying the other way, able to get that toe out.
Icing call against Vancouver. They couldn't change, but they get the puck. And Mason Raymond dumps it in, and Vancouver will get its change now.
And that would have been an icing had Mason not played it.
Because Mason Raymond didn't quite get to center before he shot it in.
Yeah, would have kept that very tired line out there.
And then an offside call against St. Louis stops the play. St. Louis Blues kids have been better tonight. Our Hockey Night close-up looks at the youngsters from the Blues.
Well, we heard John Davidson talk about the good young players that are coming up and forced into playing more significant roles. This has been a much more physical game by the youngsters. They've been involved. They've been part of the offense, getting the chances. And as Andy Murray said, our young players play significant minutes and significant roles, so they're going to have to be the ones that turn it up a notch if they're going to stay in the series.
And they have turned it up a notch from game number 1, where Perron and Berglund in particular were pretty quiet.
It's just such a different experience for players, and having to play such important roles with the pressure on is something that you really have to grow into and learn how to do.
There's Ryan Johnson end to end. He threw the puck in front, and from an angle it bounces to center. Seen a pretty good example at 5-on-5 tonight of the newfound depth of the Vancouver Canucks. They don't mind playing this fourth line in the third period with a 1-0 lead. They've got some speed on it. They now have enough depth that they can come at teams like the Blues in waves. Sammy Salo. Stretch pass is tipped. Sedin line is on the ice. Daniel lifted a stick, and Chris Mason alertly pounced on the puck in the crease.
Well, Jim, what you're just saying, talking with Henrik Sedin this morning, talked a little bit. That's Daniel there. There's Henrik. Saying about the fact that they have more depth, the team is better, it allows them to relax. And I found it interesting, he's talking about going into the playoffs and this year wanted to focus more on just playing their game, not trying to adjust and maybe running around too much and being too physical. Just play the game that they've had such success with, just understand that they're going to get hit a whole lot more. So far it's worked well.
They change. Matt Sundin works along the boards here, trying to hook the puck out front on his stomach. Ryan Kessler. He got raked across the face by Roman Polak. There's Alex Steen. BJ Crombeen just ahead of him offside. There haven't been a lot of these scrums tonight. Kevin Bieksa mad at Alex Steen.
And Jim, I'm wondering if Matt Sundin maybe didn't hurt his groin or his knee. He got up very gingerly as he fell around the back of the net. Here's the battle here. He's getting held. And then right there, it looked to me like he went to go get up, and it's either his knee or his groin that bothered him. And he moved fairly gingerly back off of that play.
But he sits on the bench and hasn't left him. That's a good sign. Canucks come right back with the Sedin line. They took a short rest out against Tkachuk. High note, Winchester. Shane O'Brien to center. There's Mike Weaver. O'Brien to his partner.
Jim, immediately Koliakovo goes off the ice and Barrett Jackman gets his change. Now Mike Weaver, if they can move the puck up, will probably try to change as well, as Andy Murray sticks to his guns. And here they go.
On comes Roman Polak. Daniel Sedin waits for the puck to get knocked down. He did well to stay on side there. Barrett Jackman is back. Round the boards, reading that is Alex Edler. Holds the puck in for the Canucks. It takes a crazy bounce. It turns out it's a Blues bounce, and a stretch pass for Backes just missed, and he would have been away. Edler trying to go up the boards. Andy McDonald holds the puck in. Edler rubs him out, thrown out to the front of the net, and the Canucks had collapsed there. Burrow's got the puck. A return pass from Daniel Sedin, 1-on-2. He fires a shot. Chris Mason makes the save, and he plays the puck with no Canucks around. Barrett Jackman with the outlet. David Backes with Boys and McDonald. His pass hit a skate. Koliakovo to Boys. He tipped the puck in. Malone goes out to meet it. Willie Mitchell battles up the boards. Here's Mason Raymond. Vancouver's third line gets to center. Berglund is back. Kid line on here for St. Louis against Vancouver's third line, centered by Kyle Wellwood. TJ Oshie bumped but resiliently bounces off. Berglund with a slap shot off the end of Roberto Luongo's glove. TJ Oshie in the corner pursues the puck, but the Canucks get it to center. Mason Raymond chipped it there, but he couldn't get the puck to Steve Bernier. Mike Weaver, Patrick Berglund, David Perron spots Oshie, a bouncing puck. He couldn't quite hit him with a pass, but he knew he was there. Bernier takes a hit at the bench, advance the puck. The Canucks are changing. Here comes Oshie, takes the shot up high. Couldn't get by Bieksa, and he missed the net. The Keys back, Pavel Dimitra's on it. Matt Sundin is back for this shift, even though he went off slowly in the last one. Matthias Ohlund. Here comes Andy McDonald with Tkachuk. Tkachuk drives the net. McDonald on the outside. Winchester goes to the front of the goal. In behind it now to get the puck. Tried to stuff it in. He hit the side of the net and Luongo's pad. And out come the Canucks 3-on-2. Dimitra. Sundin stopped by Chris Mason. He got in a little deep and didn't have much of an angle. Ohlund as the Blues change. A tip in for Bieksa. He wants a change as well. Garrett Jackman, nice little play there to Alex Steen. Henrik Sedin took the puck back though. Jackman up the boards. Mitchell holds the line off the skate of Burrows. He's forced out to center. Fighting to get away from him is Crombeen, and Burrows is going to get a penalty. A St. Louis Blues power play and a tripping call to Alex Burrows, and the Blues get a glorious opportunity, trailing 1-0 on Hockey Night in Canada.
We first started making
of other playoff series. He would apologize for the Blues only offering up Snowgate here, and that got some laughs, and mercifully the issue was closed. What both teams have done tonight has given us an exciting game, one in which the Blues, Jim, now have a huge chance.
Because of an Alex Burrows tripping call, they're on the power play here. They're 0 for 2 in the game, 1 for 9 in the series.
And once again, Alex Steen on the blue line instead of TJ Oshie. And Andy Murray saying Steen has one of the hardest and heaviest shots. Although he hasn't had a great year offensively, he draws the assignment again.
He knocked the puck loose as he got in a hurry. Brad Boyes turns, fires a shot, tipped, and deflected up into the netting, stopping play.
Hasn't that been a common theme the last 2 games here? Is the St. Louis Blues trying to get pucks to the net, and the defense of the Vancouver Canucks with good active sticks just simply keeping them to the outside or deflecting pucks away. And it's been a frustrating offensive 2 nights so far for this Blues hockey club.
McDonald will try and win the draw against Ryan Kessler on his strong side. And McDonald wins the draw to Carlo Koliakovo. Alex Steen, Koliakovo, Backus parked in front of the net. Boyes the shooter off the side, little give and go play, Andy McDonald. Brad Boyes, Backus couldn't get the puck to the net. Steen takes the shot, it's blocked before it got to the net. Blocked by Rick Rippon. Back to Koliakovo from McDonald to Brad Boyes. The screen set up. Can he get the puck through? Doesn't think he can. Koliakovo fires a shot. Ricochets towards the net as bodies flail everywhere. Boyes fetches the puck in front. McDonald, great save, Luongo. And he's got the puck.
Sometimes a 3-letter word is all you need. Wow. I mean, you think of how effective Roberto Luongo has been. It's his athleticism again. Following the puck across, great cross-seam pass. He fights to get position through Backus, gets down and knocks it away. And then as it goes cross-seam, he gets there in lightning fast. That push-off and then the reaction with the right pad. As Andy McDonald has had the best chances in this series for St. Louis, but has yet to put it past Luongo.
Blues win the ensuing faceoff. Oshie, Wojciechowski hit his own man. And Berglund has to get a new stick.
That shot broke his shaft. Hit him right up near the hands and put it in 2.
There's so much traffic in front of the nets, it's hard to get pucks through. And Andy McDonald must be wondering when he finally got one through how Luongo could stop that. Willie Mitchell back for the puck. Late stages of the Blues power play, their 3rd of the game. Here's David Perron, makes some moves, takes the shot, deflected wide by Mitchell. Here's TJ Oshie. Gets himself open and feeds the puck to Wojciechowski. Patrick Berglund on the kid line. Cross ice, one-timer by Oshie, and Luongo got that off the tip of his glove. Another sensational save. Patrick Berglund. Oshie, Wojciechowski shoots, deflected to the corner. Penalty's over. Burrows skating back into the play, but the Blues have the puck. Berglund, cross ice, too hot to handle for David Perron. He spins away from Sammy Salo, has his stick check, and the puck comes to center. It's 5-on-5 again, but the Blues have some momentum. Polak gets the puck deep. Mitchell pokes it loose. And settling things down is Alex Burrows.
What a difference a goaltender can make. You talk penalty killing. What an effort there by Luongo.
Here's Daniel Sedin, lost control of the puck. Burrows comes up with it against David Backus. Henrik Sedin. Daniel gets open, got a shot wide of the net. Bieksa, one-timer, missed the goal. Henrik Sedin. Alex Burrows fights it out front. Daniel Sedin's all tied up by Polak. Stuffed in by Burrows. He scores!